I honestly can't believe Dave is getting into Roll20 early. That's the truly shocking part about this.
I'm just excited to actually like play Thing with you, Arthur. That's why.
Okay. I was just going to let that be awkward for a second. Friends, welcome to 2020 Plus Plus, the Cyberpunk 2020 second edition game, episode 24. If you're wondering why I'm speaking louder, it's because Glimo subbed. And it's still so fucking loud, even though it's at 0.5% volume, which makes me think, no, it's not Twitch's fault. It's Nightbot. What's the company that does Streamlabs? It's their fault. They still have not sorted this crap out.
You know you can change the volume in OBS, right?
Not for alerts.
Yeah, you can.
You can.
You can. You just have to put them on a different channel.
Correct. They're all on my desktop audio.
Okay.
Is it over yet?
Is what over?
You know, anytime
Yes.
anytime Glimo does this or James does this or anyone does
Drumurboy.
this, all I can think about is, you know how in Payday when you start a robbery and you go loud and it starts that fucking hype fucking dubstep music out of nowhere? Yeah, something like that, I imagine.
Thanks for the subs, guys. You know, it's been a couple weeks since we've been here, and I think given what we just were told pre-stream, it'll be a couple more before we meet again. James wearing his Jade's Falcon shirt is very auspicious, given that our resident Jade Falcon, Row Apex Dragons, is really killing it lately on Solaris
I've been
Nights.
enjoying that little video or audio series you did on
Rose Reports?
Patreon too. Yeah.
Yo, don't worry. Tomorrow's released episode, Dunamis' episode, he's like, you know who I'm gonna go visit to get advice from? Row. And I was like, ooh, this is gonna end poorly, and it did. Oh, I don't know what to say. We're here. We won't be here again for some time. Dirt476, thanks for the sub. I've never heard this noise before. What the hell is this?
They did something else. They extended their subscription through August. It says,
Yeah,
rather than
it was a new noise. I've never heard this noise before. Congratulations.
Maybe
like,
it's like a yearly sub thing or whatever.
it's probably one of the
About
3 or
3
6
months.
9 months one.
Oh, well, welcome, friends. Welcome. Through August. August seems like it's not going to be for a while, right? Next month is in August.
It's 3 months away.
That's crazy.
What? Wait.
That's right.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. His subscription's till August. Okay.
Yeah, that's big money right there.
Well, it's through August apparently.
Yeah. All right.
End of August.
Let's see here.
We'll be different people by then.
Our next episode isn't until the 2nd of June.
Jesus.
And then we're off again until the 16th, maybe?
No, the 16th
What?
is the 16th. I can't do.
Okay, so we can't do the 9, we can't do the 16th.
Unless you want to try.
No.
streaming from the
So
play.
okay, so we're back on the 23rd then. So we have
we're on a
2
monthly
episodes in
cycle.
2 months.
Nice. I like it.
So
I
like
mean,
a normal tabletop role playing stream.
Yeah.
We'll be able to interrupt your intros with loud noises that
I
I've
know.
made
So
many times in a row.
look, this is way more brutal than normal because I haven't had a stream since like 2 weeks ago. I think the last
Trader's
one
last one, I think.
might have been Rogue Trader.
On
And then
the sound
Everything's
sting,
been
though.
canceled and will continue to get canceled.
Arthur, man, look, we've talked about this. You know what you need to do with me. You just do it, and then you'll have consistency.
I'm working on some stuff, Dave. I'm working on top of running Solaris Nights and having to keep a stockpile of YouTube videos so that I can at least release one video a day whenever I don't have a show, which lately has been often, which means I need to have a huge stockpile of videos, all of which require editing. I am working on another show, which is not going well. You may know in the past I've complained about having a 1 in 32 success of recruiting rate, and I sent out my most professional recruiting advertisements yet, and I am currently 0. 0 replies. Not even no thank you. No reply at all. It is crushing. And I know I'm smiling, but that's only because I'm used to this sort of...
Have you tried going
Ghosting.
the other way? Like trying your least professional recruiting, like, some
Yeah.
bitch, let's play a game.
Yeah. What up, Zoomies? It's your boy, APGamingREAL. Don't get it scuffed, brah.
Hey, bitch, get in the car. We're gaming.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Poorly Photoshop your head on one of their family photos, Arthur. And
That's the thumbnail.
Yeah.
I don't
This
know.
has a tangent. Where are you editing the sound volume? Is it
What do you
in
mean?
like in Streamlabs? It's just like the
Oh,
like,
it's Streamlabs in the alerts area. There's like a secret bar that you can access all the way at the bottom.
yeah, custom fields. Go down, change it there. You have to save settings twice because Streamlabs caching is dumb.
That sounds right, but I mean, they're all at like 1%.
If you save twice, it should work.
I mean, when I go back, it's still saved. Nothing is wrong. It's just that the alerts
No,
are.
it's the cache is wrong. Like it says that, but it's not actually that.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'll give it a try. How about that?
Save it twice. I've have no idea how many tickets I've
Copy
answered.
running config, startup config.
delete
don't know what that means.
32.
But I assume that
it's-
someone would find it funny.
I thought Glimo might get it. It's a Cisco programming language. Yeah.
Yep.
If
Like
you don't,
old style Cisco.
yeah, no matter what changes you make to a Cisco switch, the moment you turn it off, they all go away unless you remember to actually save it over the.
That was before the
config.
days of write mem.
You just got to plug it into a powered USB hub and it will save its state. No? Okay.
Just plug Streamlabs into a powered USB hub. Fixed.
Yeah. Done.
All right.
But the amount of tickets I've had to answer with like just save it twice is hilarious because Streamlabs just doesn't work sometimes.
I'm starting the double save right now. While I do that, let's hop
Quick,
over.
someone sub.
Don't do
No?
that. Let's hop over to everyone's favorite Jade Falcon, James.
Hello. It's been a little while. It's been a hot minute since we've been on stream together before. I did get a video up and put it onto. I posted it after Discord as well. It's my first video I've actually made as public on my YouTube channel in a while because it is actually something to do with the rest of my YouTube
Warhammer
channel
40K?
content being Warhammer. Exactly. Yeah. So, other than that, I've just been crippled by work, unfortunately. Originally, I was supposed to be having a session 0 for a new game tomorrow night, but now my wife had to take a shift, so that's been put back by a week as well. So my gaming has been sadly quite low. So I guess I'll have to just keep myself occupied with some Mass Effect Legendary Edition coming out tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
But that comes out tomorrow? Oh my god.
Well, it comes out Friday midnight Friday morning. I'm guessing US time. So I will sink some hours into that. And that, just been watching more For All Mankind. My wife and I started watching the latest season of Handmaid's Tale. So lots of.
Did you watch Invincible?
I have not yet watched it. It's been referred to me by a few people. So I also want to watch
good.
because Jupiter.
I tried that so hard. I wanted to like it. I got 2 episodes in and I was like, man, this is the cheapest fucking superhero show I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, it looks like a high school musical, like a high school play. Like it's really bad. Anyway, I don't know. I couldn't get through the second episode.
Right. Plus, still working on making my way through Pacific Rim: The Black. So, yeah, I've got a lot of sort of shows on the go right now. It's I guess whatever I feel like watching at any point in time.
Thank you for the gift subs and the resubs there, friends. Keller. Hopefully the
audio?
volume levels are very normal for all of you. I could understand what James was saying while he was talking. So I think it may have worked.
Invoices in the mail.
It would be incredible for an artist to invoice me. I would be shocked.
I've invoiced you before, but I haven't done much work for you.
That's
before,
true.
So.
But I actually am looking for artists for BattleTech, and my ability to find them has been not good.
Have you been looking at Twitter?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Wow, your Twitter feed must be very small if you're not being inundated with
I don't
people
know.
being
Listen, man, my Twitter
commissions
feed.
are open. Come give me money.
I don't know what's
Twitter
happening.
is like full of artists, and many of them have commissions open.
I can't find anybody with commissions that isn't like it'll be like 3 months, and I'm like, okay, well, that's worthless to me. Like, the show could be over in 3 months.
You know what? That statement is very true, I guess, in that regard. Like,
Yeah.
they'll be like,
And
yeah,
more,
I've got
I mean, look,
45
it's not just
commissions.
about finding an artist, right? Like
It's about finding an artist that is the style that you're looking
that I
for.
want, yes, and that is considerably more difficult because I'm dealing with BattleTech, which has its kind of style, a
Right.
profile.
I really liked Rad's mech art.
I can't
particularly.
get Rad to do art for me anymore. He's busy. I can hold giant piles of dollars and rub them in his face, and it still won't help
Have
with
you-
James.
I could try to reach out to a friend of mine, Ethan Brewerton. He does like
Okay.
really crazy mech work.
All right, send me a message. You
Sure.
know.
He does a lot of comic work too, and I think he is also probably busy, but he does have the style that I think you might appreciate.
Okay.
Just don't get the style from there was one of the technical readouts for BattleTech had all the mechs drawn in like really dynamic anime style poses or in like superhero landing, and
No, we bringing
That's
it
not
back, James. I just discussed this today in Solaris Nights. So for a long time, I've been trying to do a less anime description-y thing with my shows. And then I saw someone say yesterday, like, actually, BattleTech is anime. It literally came out of Robotech. It's about transforming lambs and like fast running machines. It is anime. And I was like, you know what? You're right. It is anime. I'm going back to all anime for BattleTech now. That's it. That person has ruined it for all of you.
I'd be very curious as to the birth of where mech came from. Like, what was the very first iteration of a mech in any sort of media? I'd be very curious about where that came from.
Sakura Wars.
What was that? What was that Russian Metropolis?
oh yeah,
That's more cyborg, but I don't know where you draw the line between cyborg and mech.
I mean, there was the whole Macross,
Pilotable.
Harmony Gold war.
No, we're
Yeah, but
done.
that's what I'm
No,
saying, like,
no, we're not talking
yeah.
about that one.
Okay.
The question is, what kind of artwork am I looking for? I am looking for artwork of the specific customized builds of battle mechs that we have, and artwork of the pilots of those machines, so we can do some merch. Merch, my friends.
I posted Ethan's art station in the Zoom chat if you'd like to take a look later.
Zoom chat. Very well.
Zoom
I'm going to
chat.
pop it up, and it's just going to be all over the screen. No, it's not.
That's a very interesting style, I would say.
Yeah. That's
He
just
would
like,
spend fucking forever doing those lines, though.
no, he does one of those every stream. Takes him like 3 hours.
I was going to say, what does he do? 24-hour streams?
No, about 3 or 4 hours.
Oh, trying not to be snarky lately. It's not working for me.
He's a friend. He's a good dude. He's also a little bit of a ad for him. He just did a 5e supplement for like mecha parts.
Okay.
So Kickstarter. He just did a Kickstarter for it. I think
This
he met
Robo
it.
Turkey is pretty dope.
Yep. So he's also into the D&Ds and the TTRPGs, so you might be able to coax him into doing it.
Coax him. How's that conversation go? Would you like to be paid to do art? Yes, please.
Well, also, the,
You know,
Doesn't
that
that-
conversation is harder than you would think, Dave.
they always come back with, "What's your budget?" And then you're like, "Oh fuck!"
Arthur, I think you and I do the exact same things, except I seem to be far more successful at getting artists to do stuff for me. So I'm not sure what you're doing wrong. I'm not sure what it is.
I open with, I will pay you.
Yes. I also open with that. And in
I
a lot
usually-
of cases, like it works for me. But I don't know, maybe.
More recently, I've opened with, "Are you swamped with work right now?"
Yeah,
Hmm.
what is the likelihood that I could
Yeah.
get this within the next month?
And I have like a 90% success rate, although I don't commission as much art as either of you. I commission art when I release a thing, which hasn't been very
Also,
often lately.
I don't really commission art. I kind of like
Hire people to do.
hire people for months to do
Yeah.
work. So it's like it's probably a little different
Yeah,
conversation.
that's different.
Yeah. For me, it's like, I have a album cover. Are you free? Here's my idea, and I have this much money to pay you. Is that cool? If not, also cool. I'll try to find someone else to do it, or try to find more money.
Amen.
Okay. We're still on James's intro though, so let's.
No, like I said my piece. I don't want to take any more of your valuable time.
Valuable time. James, you're over here blocking us out on your schedule. I feel like you have the most valuable time out of all of us. Can we collectively equal your time?
Doubtful.
All right, speaking of another man who has valuable time, Glimo.
Hey, I'm Glimo. Yeah, my schedule sucks about as much as James's for this month. I have a client that, what can I say without breaking NDA? They have a data center that the lease is up and everything must go by the end of this calendar month. And the migration work that was supposed to happen well ahead of this didn't. So now we're all scrambling like freshmen at the end of a term, trying to get everything done before finals. So yeah, I had a maintenance window that started Friday at 10 a.m. It was a 3-day maintenance window, and I was awake online and actively working for like, out of the 72 hours, like 68 of them. So I'm a little punchy, but it'll be fun. Yeah, but glad I'm here. Glad we get to Cyber tonight, and I'll hand it off.
Who are you handing it off to?
I guess I'll hand off to the person that I've commissioned most recently, Drummer.
Hey, topical. See, that's how you do segues, AP.
Some people have said that I'm amazing at doing segues.
Some people.
100% of me's that were polled agree.
Mm.
I make music and put it on the internet. You can find it on Spotify as Drumurboy, or Google or Apple Music or Amazon, on any of those places, as well as Roleplay Radio if you are nostalgic for some old roleplay stuff, or Trove if you just want to listen to some jams.
Can I ask you, Drummer? So I said listen to some of your stuff on Spotify. Do you get, like, when I listen to it on Spotify, does that go towards you getting paid or something somehow?
Yes, and well, short answer, yes. Long answer, depends on if you have premium, where you're from, if you listened to an ad recently to, like, before that, and then a whole bunch of other shit, because the way Spotify pays artists is very weird. Like, we get 0.03 of a cent per stream. About. I get slightly more.
So if you just leave it running, you're just making yourself money then.
Yeah, but I can't listen to myself and get myself paid.
Just make a new account. Call it money, and then like
There's no way they'd ever see through that. Yeah.
But yeah, they've actually kicked artists off for, like, there was a band that made, like, songs for sleeping, which was very, very, like, sleepy ambient tunes, and they just told all their 80,000 followers to listen to it while they were sleeping, and they made bank, and then they got like kicked off Spotify because that's against the rules. Apparently.
How is that against the rules? That's literally like making music for a particular. Oh, whatever.
I don't know.
You know
It's gaming the system when you're not the owners of the game, which they find offensive, I guess. So
how dare you? We have to
How
give money
dare-
to Jay-Z, not to you.
Yeah.
Could you make a channel just called The Sound of Silence and all your music is just silence?
Just at different frequencies.
You might get sued by the holders of John Cage music, but because he had that 4:33, it's just 4 minutes and 33 seconds of silence, and his like estate might come after you for it. But yeah, that's an insight into the back end of Spotify. If you really want to support artists, buy their shit on Bandcamp or listen to them on Pretzel, because Pretzel pays me just slightly over a cent usually. The number fluctuates, but it's usually around there. But I'm making music for the Roll20 D&D Candlekeep Mysteries this week, which pushed the SNES tunes to the back burner again. So that's the project file is built for the SNES tunes. I just haven't had any time to actually do it. But it's going to be like a Final Fantasy VI sounding fanfare for the final track. And then basically that had my credit card stolen. That was fun. Got that worked out.
That happened to me last week too.
Damn.
Like the second I touched down, I got a call from the credit card company that said, "Did you make this charge?" And it was and the merchant was just a random collection of letters
Weird.
for $9.36 charged as medical charges. And of course, it was the credit card that I was checking into the hotel with, which was doubly
so
awesome.
You need, like...
See, I once had, between myself and my parents, we had 3 very different credit card experiences over the space of a few months, where my mother made a transaction that she wouldn't normally do. I think she bought something from a online store, which doesn't normally shop online, and she got a call from the bank saying, we noticed that you made this transaction. Is this definitely you? This doesn't seem like your regular sort of activity. And she said, yeah, that was me, so that was fine. And then subsequently later on, I went and bought a whole bunch of furniture when I moved house, and the bank decided that me suddenly buying lots of furniture seemed like an unusual transaction, and so they canceled my credit card. Didn't tell me about it. Just like I had to call them and say, "Why is my credit card working?" Oh yeah, it seemed unusual, so we decided to cancel the card. Whereas conversely, my father's account a few months later had multiple transactions, all ATM withdrawals in 4 different countries, all at the same time. And the bank's like, "This is fine."
Yeah.
Man, that Freedom Furniture, like,
Damn.
good God.
No, I caught it pretty quickly because I was going to pay my bill and I noticed a charge I didn't make. So I just called the fraud line and be like, "Hey, that wasn't me." And they're like, "Cool." And then sent me a new one. So I checked my bank account again and there's like 8 more charges from the same Uber Eats place. And I called them again. I'm like, "This still isn't me. What's happening?" And apparently they just like keep on they kept transferring any charges to my old credit card to my new account for some reason. So that's all dealt with now. But that was fun to like look at my account and be like, "You owe $400 to Uber Eats." I'm like, "No, I fucking don't. I don't even have Uber Eats here." But that was fun. I watched Willy's Wonderland. That was a cool movie.
Yeah, I saw that too. I was kind of disappointed with how cheap it felt.
I was expecting cheap.
I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be like... I thought it would be like really crappy animatronics or Muppets, not...
No, the
people in
animatronics were good. It was actually like pretty good.
Nah, I don't know. That was like the dancing lady, which was like terrible, and I don't know. Yeah.
The dancing lady?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I guess.
The one that was literally just human. And I was like,
That's
okay,
true.
that's just cheap. Yeah. The twists were good though. I enjoyed
I liked
that.
it.
Yeah.
It's a Nick Cage movie, so you already kind of know what you're getting into, and it's a movie that like from people I've never heard of. So I was expecting kind of the Void style B slasher, whatever. That's exactly what it was. So
Yeah, there was some really interesting concepts in there that I just thought was like really stupid. Like how he has to take a break every hour.
that was awesome though.
Yeah, but it's just kind of like it's unintentionally just like making the janitor seem like he's autistic or something like that. But it's just like
Yeah.
God.
all the fake Coke cans or whatever it was, punch cola.
Was that Coke? Was that beer? Was that energy drink? I assumed it was energy drink. Right.
It's punch cola, and it said like there was like one shot where it was on the pinball machine. There was like a punch to your face of caffeine or something. So I assume energy drink.
Yeah.
All the pinball scenes were really, really funny, out of place, but you know, whatever. If you ever want to see a Nick Cage movie where he just beats up animatronics but doesn't speak a single line and doesn't have a name, he's just the janitor.
Yeah.
Go watch Willy's
You
Wonderland.
don't understand. He's not locked in here with them. They're locked in here with him.
Yeah, straight out of The Watchmen.
It's so stupid.
Yeah. It was good though. New Destiny season started yesterday. It's pretty neat. The first time the Fallen have ever been housed in the tower. So lots of story stuff happening and implications there. Apparently I didn't read enough into the lore, but there's a new NPC or a returning NPC played by Avasarala from The Expanse. And she is an exo that is one of the heads of the future war cult. They like use Vex technology as scrying bowls basically to look into the future, because the sundial's gone now because Mercury got swallowed up by the darkness.
Man, you're saying some sci-fi ass shit right now.
Yeah, man. That whole game is
always
going
said
super sci-fi.
that Destiny 1 was basically like a 90s kid's notebook full of terms. Wizard, moon, darkness, light, traveler.
Yeah, I feel the
Guardian.
same way about Warhammer, to be honest with you. So
It's like if Kingdom Hearts was sci-fi.
Oh my god. Kingdom Hearts has Tron, so it is sci-fi. Whoa.
They also have Star Wars, but they're never going to use that in the property, I don't think. Oh yeah, also I watched the rest of the Mandalorian season 2 and the first episode of the Bad Batch.
Not season 2, not episode 2 of the Bad Batch?
Not yet.
Okay.
Haven't had time.
Bad Batch.
Yeah. Bad Batch is like their new animated.
Oh, that's the fucking clone army dudes or whatever.
Yeah, it's not bad so far.
They
It's
introduced
not
them
bad.
in season 7 of Clone Wars, and now they're
Yeah,
popular.
I didn't really watch any Clone Wars, so
What was
It's
that
very-
clone?
it's-
What was
it's very
that Clone
clearly for
Wars
kids.
game?
Few.
No, where you just play the Republic Commando. Is that what it was?
Yeah, Republic Commando. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
where you play as like the 4 different commandos, and you can swap back and forth between them.
They really need to upscale and make a high def version of that, because I tried to play that a couple of years back, and it was just like playing Diablo 2.
that's ridiculous.
They did.
They don't remake
re-released
Star Wars games except
They
for
re-released
Pod
it
They
recently.
Racer.
do.
like,
They do
fixed
for
up
mobile
for,
on Switch.
They did re-release it recently, fixed up for like next gen. Like they haven't actually updated the graphics, made it work better on newer systems.
Yeah.
But yeah, they updated it recently.
Yeah, they should just remake. Like, all I want is that full motion video. Was it Jedi Knight 1? Jedi Knight 1 had the full motion video Kyle Katarn.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Well,
just
Jedi-
bring that
yeah.
back. Bring
Dark
that
Forces
back.
2 Jedi Knight was the actual title.
Yes, that's what it was. Yeah, bring that game back.
Jedi Knight 2,
Man.
Jedi Outcast, the better version. Hands
But that
down.
didn't have full motion video, dude.
It
Like, the
didn't
full
need
motion-
to. You could multiplayer lightsaber toss while jumping, and it would swoop with you and go in weird directions. You could
That's what I
snag
want.
people around corners.
Here's what I want. I want to play that game on my 4K monitor with the full motion video, just like right in the middle, like this. Right when the cutscenes show up, and then you come back out to like high def.
I'm gonna get this man Mech Commander Gold.
We fed
Or-
we fed a machine learning algorithm all the actual plays from this game. Here's what happened. and have that as the full motion video in the remake.
Have you seen that there's a guy on YouTube who's doing a video series of Knights of the Old Republic where he's using the Unreal Engine to actually do like an animated, like not play through the game, but effectively a storyline of the game. And Lucasfilm's given their blessing as long as he doesn't make any money off of it.
Interesting.
Are we talking like the book stuff, or are we talking like the game stuff?
The game KOTOR 1.
Okay. All right.
A game I notoriously haven't been able to play despite installing it twice.
Damn.
That game is some old school goodness. Like,
No, it's really not. I haven't been able to get out of the first room both times.
How? I've completed that game like 5 times.
There's a bug
man.
where you can't get through the first door.
Do you have an iPad?
No.
Because it plays fine on the iPad, or other tablet device.
I have a Kindle Fire.
Okay, that's not really a tablet.
Wait, you're saying I have to buy it on my tablet to play it when I already own it? James, this is crazy. What am I, Mass Effect?
Are you modding the game, or are you playing it
No.
default?
I play default. It is a gnome bug.
You should probably you should at least do like the community.
There's probably a
patch.
mod fix.
There's definitely a community.
KOTOR died to me 5 years ago when it still didn't work. Okay.
Apparently
that game is fantastic. So
apparently there's a big controversy now with Mass Effect Legendary Edition, because apparently normally with Xbox games they have to have 1,000 total game score or gamer score for the game. But Mass Effect Legendary Edition only has 2,915 gamer score across the 3 games.
What is the 85 fucking score?
I know, exactly. And people are like, I'm not going to buy it now because of that, apparently.
Incredible.
So,
how could they do this to us?
I'm still gonna, when I can afford to, probably when it goes on sale, I'll go buy it and play it because Mass Effect is great. I wasn't even mad at the ending of 3. Like,
what character creator do they have? Is it the 3rd one or the 2nd one?
So apparently you can create
one.
Yeah, you can create the characters from Mass Effect 3 now in Mass Effect 1.
And they carry through all 3 games now.
Yeah.
And it's slightly improved from the 3rd as well.
I just hope they fix up what's in Werner, whatever. The guy is that they had the bug that your fan. You remember that?
Connor?
Conrad Werner.
Conrad Werner, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but they retro-fixed the bug by having him be like, hey, maybe sometime I accused you of doing things you didn't actually do.
I was in a bad place right then.
Oh my God. Conrad Werner. What was her name? Kalisa Bint Al-Jassani? The punch. Yeah. And then, man, I love beating the shit out of her. She comes back in the second game and she's like, that's right, bitch. I learned to punch back. And I'm like, that's it. Renegade action. I punch you back.
Turns into an anime.
Fucking hate her. She's terrible.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that, though. I'm also looking forward to Necromunda.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a video game? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's like
I got my
Warhammer,
copy of Necromunda behind me.
It's very Doom 2016-y in the way that you're fighting.
Yeah, it's very kinetic sort of movement as such. A lot of sort of like jumping from higher things and lots of very fast-paced action.
Really fast executions as well. Kind of copying the Doom guy, just like, and then off to the next guy. And you can mod your dog, mod dog.
He definitely reminded me of the guy from Mass Effect 2, Saeed Masani. Who the mercenary shows up and he's just like, that's right. These fucking idiots. Shepard. You didn't let me burn all of them, Shepard. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't think they...
I'm really strong.
Just on Spirit and Chat. I don't think they nerfed Miranda's butt, but they removed it from cutscenes while she's talking about how shitty her childhood
that butt
was.
is intact. Don't worry about that part, bro.
It just like moved the camera, so it's not like her like spilling her guts about like how shitty her childhood was while you're just like staring at a shiny ass.
Don't worry, there was a whole Kotaku series of articles about it. Of course they removed it. So.
Probably. If you want shiny ass, you can go play some Dave's games. Dame, what have you been up to?
I mean, that was a... Listen, that was a perfect T-ball for Futurama, and you had to go to Dave's games? All right. I mean, I'll accept second place there, but...
All right, so there is a thing that's happened recently that I really want to talk about. So do you guys know about
is this the Epic thing? Yeah,
the Epic and Apple court case that's going on right now?
Has there been new developments?
Yes. Basically, in this court case, Apple has brought up the fact that Epic has an itch launcher on their store. And recently we released another game called Eluder on itch. And during that in-court conversation, Apple brought up the fact that there's adult games on the store. And they brought up some of the adult games on inside of the court case. And one of the games they brought up in the court case was my game, Eluder, on the itch store. And because of that, we're just getting a huge amount of views and purchases and all of that sort of stuff because of this fucking court case. So basically you go into Kotaku and they're making fun of the fact that Apple brought up like adult games, but at the same time, there's my game front and center on all this free advertising absolutely everywhere. It's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard of.
We've already talked in Discord, but you have to include that Easter egg.
No, I will. We're making an item in the game called the Unspeakable Apple or whatever the fuck, and I don't know. It's gonna be really dumb. Yeah. I'll make this quick because I want to play, but I have, I'm starting the next company. We managed to get 1.5 million in terms of investment.
That's Zloty or USD?
USD.
He's like, no, bitch, that's euros.
Yeah, USD.
Norwegian kroner.
Yeah, and that basically means that we'll be set for a long time. I'm also making a merchandising company, which will hand make everything rather than going through print on demand. So we will have. Yeah, a lot of nice content being made for that company as well. So we'll be looking to license IPs and stuff like that from games and shit like that, and make a decent amount of money on that.
And some waifu pillows, yeah.
Not just adult stuff, but also like normal stuff as well. So mostly stickers at this point, and some other things. So
maybe you could kick me in advance so I could buy that accordion.
And lastly, I am going to be a dad. My wife is now pregnant.
Congratulations!
So,
Congrats!
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, found out a couple of days ago, and she's like going on 6 weeks pregnant now, and looking like January next year, I will join the realm of fatherhood. So. That's exciting. Right around the time when I'm trying to buy a house as well. So you
get it all done at once.
Yeah, I mean the problem with all that is like there's never really a good time for it. Like my wife and I were the type of people that have been like, okay, so when we will try to plan when we want to have a kid or whatever, right? And at some point we're just kind of like, we'll just stop trying to stop it from happening and see how long that goes. It didn't last long, as it turns out. So.
I feel, Dave, like it's probably memeable the fact that I give Pondo a lot of parenting advice on Arthur's channel, and I don't think I'll do the same with you because I feel like Pondo sort of person would take my advice, and you're the sort of person that probably wouldn't. So,
wow,
it's incredible to see James do that to someone other than me.
Well, what makes you think I wouldn't take your advice? I mean, I'm a fresh father, and you're an experienced, wizened veteran. So,
Wow. He just called you a wizened veteran.
But I think I have a unique disadvantage here because I have to raise a multilingual child. So that's going to be a bit of a complication.
Yep. English,
I think.
Polish, Australian, yeah.
Yeah, good one, Arthur.
Well, they do say that like the part of the brain that children learn languages in is different to the part of the brain that adults learn languages in. So it's much easier for a child to learn multiple languages. So it's actually they're more likely to learn English from you than you are to have to learn Polish to speak with them.
Yeah, I know. And the problem with like Poland is in a really unique position because if you learn Polish, it is the most useless language in the entire world, I think, because it's like one of the smallest countries that has their own language, and it's like it's next. Like if you only speak Polish, you are very limited as to where you can actually go in the world, right? Like you have to learn another language in order to like travel. So I don't know. It's one of those things. We've talked about it, and we want to raise the kid as English first rather than.
I mean, I assume you and your wife
Polish
talk. I assume you and your wife talk English at home, right?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So I mean, that they pick that up. That'll be their first language will be what their parents speak to them.
Yeah, but you know, for example, my mother-in-law only speaks Polish, right? She's learning English, but like still, Joe has like family that only speaks Polish, for example. So like, the kid will have to a degree, be better at Polish than me, and I'm pretty fucking awful at Polish. So
it's going to be interesting what kind of accent they have, because they have a Polish English accent and an Australian accent.
I tend to find that Polish kids who speak English have pretty Americanized accent because they mostly get it from TV and video games and stuff like that. So yeah.
I used to work with a girl from Uruguay whose mother lived in Australia but spoke no English whatsoever. But she'd learned a few sentences by rote. So when she'd ring the office, she'd say, "Hello, can I speak to Giovanna?" And you'd say, "Okay, I'll put you through." And you'd hear her say, "Okay, thank you." But then sometimes she'd call and ask for her, and you'd say, "Oh, sorry, she's gone to lunch." "Okay, thank you." Yeah, she just knew that was just the response to give after asking to speak to her daughter.
Yeah.
Yep. So I can just imagine me trying to converse with fucking teachers here in Poland and being like, "Yeah, I don't understand what the fuck you're saying." But
I imagine teachers are a little bit more bilingual as well. They might have to be.
No, dude. No,
Really?
absolutely not. No.
Jeez.
There's a certain generation gap. Like I would say our generation is very open to speaking English, but even then, I would say it's about maybe 40% of the generation speaks English.
Well, like by the time your kid is in school, that might have changed a little bit, but
because the way they teach English in Poland is text grammar. So if you learn English in school in Poland, sure, you can read a book, but you sure as hell can't speak it. So it's a lot of people, like, you have to get them very drunk before they speak English. So and that's it. I'm ready to play. Let's get into it.
All right. I got something to say to you first, Dave.
Oh, what's up?
It goes something like this. Look, mate, don't be a bogan. I'm stoked to raise a stubby to your success. But before I kick off my thongs and hit the dunny, I want to make sure you don't chuck a wobbly. I just want to stop you to say that English and Australian ain't all that close. You hear me?
Did you just say you want to go take a shit?
Yes! I'm using all the Australian words I know just to keep you from... What is it called? Carrying on like a pork chop?
Is chucking a wobbly taking a shit?
No, chucking a wobbly is throwing a tantrum.
Yeah, having a
Okay,
fit,
because
yeah,
I'm like,
something,
He just said, "I'm going to kick off my thongs and go to the dunny."
Thongs
and I'm
is
like, okay.
sandals.
oh, because I'm like,
I'm
chucking a
using
wobbly.
words that have English phrases to them,
No one
but
around,
mean
no one
nothing
around
in
here in the
English.
middle of Canada knows that, so I'm going to make that a thing.
Arthur literally said, "All right, before I take off my shoes and go to the bathroom to take a shit,
I want to make sure
And
you don't
before you
have a
take a picture.
tantrum."
I
Yes,
want to make sure you
Dave.
don't have a tantrum." Yeah.
Don't chuck a wobbly. Damn.
I'm hoping that I made my point that English and Australian are not as closely related as some people think.
If I ever,
We
if
have
I
the
ever
same
own a-
sentence structure and the same words, but they don't mean the same thing.
If I ever own a spaceship, I'm going to name it the SS Chuckawobbly.
Just so everyone is on the same page here, what Arthur just spoke was the equivalent of him speaking redneck in
Yes,
American.
I know.
Right, so...
I say y'all, man. I am a redneck.
Oh, so that's like, you want to go out for a rip there, bud? But
Yeah.
I get it.
Look, I'm trying to avoid saying Maccas too much.
At least it's not like the Singaporeans where they say Mac.
You're making me hungry.
What?
All right. So I'm sure that everyone remembers everything about what happened last time. So Pascal, you're sitting across from the Godfather.
Yes.
And he says, and again, he is Filipino and they are speaking Tagalog. And I can't, what was the one with Pablo Escobar? I can't narcos you. But even though I'm using a faintly Italian fake Godfather-ish accent, he is doing all of this in perfect Tagalog. And we get subtitles at the bottom. And he says, what can you do for me?
Well, sir, Maleko's looking to retire in the next few years. I'd like to merge our two businesses, and you've seen that I can take care of the heat and help expand things. That's what I'd like to do.
Maleko brings me in nothing. All of his biggest successes have come in your hands recently. You will return to Redline City, and you will make him one of your made men. You will be the capo.
As you order it, so it will be done.
Make it happen.
I appreciate the opportunity.
So he's still listening to your copy of Tristan and Isolde. And he says, I will send you things. Drugs, weapons. Americans are foolish and weak ever since the Europeans dropped a bomb on them, dropped a rock on them. They have lost their place in the world. We will squeeze them for all the money that they have. You will do this.
It's what I do.
We will run that city, and it will be the first of many.
I'm looking forward to it.
You've saved my life and the life of my people. I do not trust many, but I trust you. Go now with my blessing, and he holds out his ring for you to kiss.
Pascal genuflects and kisses the ring.
The Godfather theme plays. As the four of you are leaving, although I think it might be three of you, because Wolfgang is
running back through the jungle again.
Yeah, we covered for him poorly.
Before you leave, Marcus, someone puts a hand on your chest as you're walking past them, and it is the head of security here. And he just gives you like I'm watching you.
All right. I show no emotion back, mainly because I have no emotion with my low empathy. But
Well, straightforward. Perfect.
Yep.
Coltan thinks that's a customary greeting, so it'll like stop everyone and like do this on the way out.
you just start walking out, putting your hand on everyone's chest and looking at them, then walking off.
Yeah.
Okay, what is your plans for leaving? Your transportation has been destroyed. Your friend is in the jungle. Maybe he's even using the dunny.
The El Jefe doesn't offer us another set of
I think
paths.
the thing is that he would never think to do it. You know what I mean? Like, he would never be like, oh, their car got destroyed, right? Like, that's...
Well, but it wasn't our car. It was his car.
Yes, but it's below his concern to provide you with another ride, and the person who would normally do it hates you.
Ah.
I think if you wait around long enough, like somebody, you wait for like 20 minutes, somebody finally brings like a 30-year-old Cuban retrofit It's like a 5-wheel car.
We should phone for our friend with the old
a
hind to
jeepney.
come pick us up.
It's like land a helicopter.
Oh no! What was
It's a
what
power
was that?
play. What can I say?
Was that taxi driver with like the kind of shitty taxi with a whole bunch of stuff pasted on the outside of it?
Tijuana taxi.
Call him. Whatever. If
Little
we're
lift, good
Yeah, I
Uber.
don't think we want to call a taxi to pick us up at the Godfather's mansion. I feel like that's going to go poorly for all involved.
Yeah, I
Just
mean,
walk down the road and catch a bus, fellas. Come on,
a soldier drives out this car. I mean, there's enough space for all of you to get in the back, but you know, it's a convertible without the convertible part. Just like an open air, low riding. Paint is not doing so well. It's like a Coca-Cola symbol on the glove box. The soldier's just like, get in. Taking you back.
okay.
He looks at... You still have that guy's rifle that you took, Coltan?
I don't think so.
Okay. I guess he
I
looks up...
still have someone's handgun. I don't know whose it is.
Okay. I don't know that...
guy
it's
died.
a cop. No, you took it from the police officer back at the hotel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
security guy from the
Yeah.
hotel.
All right. So you don't have any of their weapons, so he's not going to be like, "Hey, why do you have that?" All right.
Why would I have any of their weapons? I can't fire them properly, and they're all empty.
So is Wolfgang running home then through the jungle?
I mean, that was the intent, right? I
Okay.
guess, so.
Yeah, you arrive back at the hotel, somewhat anticlimactic given all of the horrifying events that have happened so far. You trade your gun back for the officer's pistol, and you find yourselves in the El Presidente suite. Wolfgang kind of looks like a guy who spent all day running through a jungle both ways. After landing
probably-
on 2 different cars and being in a major car accident that killed 24 people. It's not good. He looks like he was wrapped around a tree for a little while. His clothes are basically fucked.
Well, they were actually.
Oh, and your shoes have holes where your metal prongy thing came through them.
Yeah.
Yeah, your clothes are totally wrecked.
They were highly armored, so I don't know if that's the case. but
Your clothes.
they're-
Listen. All right, let me put this terminology this way. They're scuffed.
okay, scuffed I could get down with, yeah.
Their armor-piercing qualities may be intact, but the looks are broke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I might need to do something about that.
You can't
Especially
look
if we're
scuffed.
going- Well, I mean,
not
the
an
plan is
Arasaka secret agent.
we're going to be going in undercover, right? So we're going to have to change the uniform anyway.
So is your plan to go forward with 3 guards with taser, 3 Medtech contractors with tasers, 1 with a rifle, go in,
yeah.
grab the guy, get him out?
Yep, I think that's the easiest way, to be honest.
Okay.
with you.
And your plan is to abduct him via knocking him out?
Yep. Not even going to offer him.
3 guards or 4 guards.
The team has 4, but if you want to go in with 3, there's nothing Arnolf Schmid can do about it.
Well,
Because I know you wanted to
couldn't
hold somebody in
remember if-
reserve, right?
You said 3, so I couldn't remember if that meant Drummer was going to the conference as himself.
I believe that was your plan, but he has uniforms for 4 people.
I have the fake ID that you made.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we also need someone to inject this man. So I think to a degree, you definitely need to be with us when we capture him. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I also have the knockout finger. You know?
That's
true.
why
that's what I was talking about.
Dave
yeah.
meant when he said inject him.
Yeah. And I'm the one that's going to be able to get closest to him anyway at the conference. So you guys would be shadowing me, I guess.
Okay, so you're not going in as security then?
I don't think so. I think I'd be going in as like with the fake ID that Glimo got me like a month and a half ago.
Okay, so let's do that then. We're going 3 security dudes and one doctor boy.
Okay. Is there anything you want to do before the conference begins?
Did we stash a vehicle somewhere nearby?
Nope.
What was our escape route there?
You
I
had no
thought the
escape
plan-
route.
Then we made friends with some jungle people.
You did. Muslim
they said that
communist rebels. If you need their help, they will give it to you.
Yeah, didn't they say that like once we have the thing, we could hide out there and wait for our pickup?
Yep. You just don't have a pickup yet. Like you.
Yeah. Well, like our friend with the airplane. figured
Okay.
we'd call
I
him.
mean, you haven't hired him yet, but he will do it if you want him to.
Sure. That sounds like the most reasonable way of doing things, I think.
Okay.
Do we know how close the conference is to the Muslim encampment?
Like a morning's travel, because you actually did that route.
Right.
Yep.
Will we need like ATV or like some kind of thing to get there, or is it all foot?
They drove you out there on ATVs till they reached the edge of the town and then walked you in, if you recall.
Right.
It probably would be wise to have some sort of all-terrain vehicle of some kind to get.
We could get our airplane buddy to relay the message to them so that they can be waiting at the edge of town for us.
Okay. So you're hiring Amigo and you're having him act as your fixer for this particular part, contacting the rebels out there. Okay.
Then we
Let's
only have to
see.
get him from the conference wherever we knock him out to the edge of town.
All right. So Amigo is asking for 4,000 euros. Sorry, what's the slang word? Eddies for his part in this?
Eddies. Mm-hmm.
For extracting you from a hot combat zone.
Do you want to do 1,000 each, or I can just...
Yeah, that works for me.
All right,
1,000 each.
here's my grand.
Casually 16,000 eddies in my back pocket, burning a hole. So
25K here. Doctor money.
Okay. You arrive the morning of.
okay. In terms of now, I might ask this question, but in terms of like actual armaments, do we have to use like particular weapons
Yes,
in order
you
to
have
fit
to.
in?
You have to use their military. So let me describe the scene. There are three guys. There's four people who are about to board a plane in San Francisco, and they're like walking down whatever that thing is that takes you from the terminal into the aircraft.
Okay. Oh, the stairwell thing.
Yeah, I think it might be called a jetway.
Yeah.
So they make a blind turn around it, and there's somebody there that just like drops a stun grenade in front of them, followed by a gas grenade. And they're all like, oh shit, and they all go for their gear, but they're trapped in a jetway. The jetway begins pulling away as the four of them are like lying stunned on the ground. And a very obvious Arasaka suit comes in, screwing a silencer onto a pistol, and just all four of them. Takes their ID badges and uploads them. Several minutes later, Arnoff Schmid is getting their transmitted identifications. Someone inside Medtech is having a, your day of retirement, 40 years with the company. Congratulations, Ernest. Time to go. And he's just like, oh, thank you so much, guys. I'm so happy to retire. And then he goes over to his terminal, and it's his last official act. He swaps out their IDs with your IDs, and he's like, gonna go live in Japan and watch the whales for the next 20 years. All of that leads up to three of you being zipped up in Militech subcontractor blue uniforms with two of you have tasers, and one of you has a taser and a rifle, the standard Militech assault rifle. And we've got Doc.
I actually have a Militech Ronin Light assault rifle with me. Can I bring that, or is that like?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Yeah. Perfect.
So you have two Ronin light assault rifles then. Coltan, what was your doctor identity? Are you going in as Coltan Bonez, or are you going in as... I think you might have stole someone's identity.
I don't remember.
Dr.
I remember
Skeleton.
we made him a fake ID. I thought
Yeah,
we made
that
it as
sounds
Dr.
right.
Coltan Bonez.
Okay, so
But it
at
was-
this
so
conference,
we swiped someone's real conference badge
yes.
and just stuck Coltan's name and picture on it.
So you are looking for a guy by the name of Van Gerlukovic. That is the people that the three of you have been assigned to cover. And Coltan, you are like he's like the special guest for the
Can you put
opening
this
ceremony.
guy's name in the chat.
Yes, and Coltan, you're like a researcher at large here.
Mm-hmm.
That's just, I mean, whoever you, I guess you don't know what your backstory is because you don't know who it is you're pretending to be. You just grabbed a random guy.
I think I'd do like a cursory internet Google.
Sure, make a library search roll.
I love the idea that like everyone's name tags are on like a table and you just walk up and take one and just stick it on yourself.
What is this, high school reunion?
Yeah, man.
Okay, yeah. You're part of the like the ecological impact research team. So like your job is to your job isn't to be like, oh no, we're killing all of the small animals. Your job is to sell to shareholders that you're making a reasonable profit while doing that. You know what I mean? Your job
Finally, your zoology skill can come into use.
Yeah, zoology too, motherfucker.
Your job is to make sure. I mean, if you were really in this department, your job would be to soothe the fears of the public and shareholders over what is clearly Militech's and the OTEC stomping around
I never
here.
said on record that penguins could breathe in an oil sludge. I just want to point that out. I never said that. I understand the biology of a penguin. Okay.
Okay, Dave. That's weird.
So I take it I have a shitty Militech Arms Avenger pistol.
You have the taser.
Oh, I have the taser.
Yep, you have a taser.
Okay.
Is James taking the other Ronin light?
Sure.
Okay. All right.
This taser
Can I?
go off the
Am I still
pistol.
able to take a pistol concealed?
Yeah, if you want to conceal a pistol, I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah, I mean, so they don't carry a pistol in the uniform, though. Is that right?
No.
Okay.
They
But if I've got
carry a taser.
Okay. What is there? So if I've got a jacket concealable pistol, is that concealable in this outfit
Yes.
or not?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Then I will also conceal my Colt. And does taser fire with handgun?
I think it's exotic, actually.
Well,
It might be
each
exotic,
exotic
yeah.
has a thing that it goes against. There's no exotic skill.
No, I'm not really sure. But I'd say it's time to look that up.
'Cause oh, there it is. Yes, it does as a type P, so it's pistol.
So just to be clear, you guys are like the people who are supposed to die loudly while calling for alarms when a raid happens. Like you're the guys who are the initial get murdered by cyber runners group. So you look like average, totally nondescript. You're like soldiers in Final Fantasy VII.
Except one of them has an attractiveness of 8.
Not with that hat on. Isn't that
it's
guard
like when-
exceptionally handsome? Come on, he's a guard. We're doctors.
It's like when you see like a model in like military gear and you're like, damn. But then you see there's another person in military gear and they look just like a bum. And it's like, yeah, that's the difference there.
Wow. Okay.
I'm the guy they put on the recruitment poster ads, basically.
All right. I'll accept that. Not for Americans, obviously, but yeah. What do you guys want to do? I don't know which of these two groups we want to follow, but you probably will want to section off this guy Gerlukovic and knock him out.
So the goal, an interesting scenario that we have to do here is get Coltan, Bones, and him in the same room, and then also knock him out without anyone seeing. So
it starts off with the conference, what passes for like a conference area, which is not bad. This is like a touristy area, so they're used to having, you know, medium-sized conferences here. All of the various doctors are getting soy versions of your favorite eggs and breakfast meats. But because they're all doctors, it's pretty close to the real thing. They have real bread here too, whole wheat. For toast, people are snatching it up like crazy, and bagels. Oh, it's insane. Real orange juice and coffee, good coffee. People are fighting for seats as like the conference kicks off, and Van Gerlukovic is just like, "Hey, hello everyone, hello, welcome. I know that we're excited to talk a lot about the future of the way that we will be doing things. And over the course of this conference, I hope to present a 5-year plan in order to pull out the maximum number of ocean resources. There's a lot that we still don't know that goes on beneath the surface. And as you can see from these slides here, as long as we secure a large enough area, we can knock all of our competitors out of this growing field, a field we all benefit from." And then he starts going into a spiel about, you know, like the person who controls the cancer drugs controls, you know, the ability to sell it to people for like the remainder of their lives and that kind of stuff. Like, the cure for cancer isn't important. What we need to do is find a way to like keep cancer symptoms under control in a saleable fashion. Like, it's basically like a evil pharma meeting.
Just steal that one slide. It's like, is it really profitable to cure people?
Yes, yes, that's what it is. What we need is to abate their symptoms. That's what's best for our shareholders. And as you can see here, my team has outlined a plan. That's why I'm going to hand it off to Dr. Jones, who will begin to explain all of our 5-year plan. And
does he have like WWE colon music where it's like Dr. Jones, Dr. Jones, and he like dances as he comes on? It's like, yeah, let's get some money off the cancer patients.
You know what? I've seen people do that at a conference before, so let's say yes.
This is just BitConnect for me. Like, this is what this conference is. Little
air cannons that bust out band-aids, you know?
There are pens being handed out everywhere. Van is... You can see that public speaking is not his forte. It's taken a lot out of him. He's just kind of seated at the, you know, like... on stage, but towards the wings in a chair, and it's just kind of blanking out. So he's doing what James is doing right now.
So this is I have an actual question about this. Do we have any, like, what's the distance we can stay away from this man? Like, because we're his personal retinue, right? Like, isn't that what we were assigned?
So yeah, I mean, you can get as close to the stage as you want to get.
Okay. And where we can like be behind him on the stage, or not really?
That, I mean, there's nothing stopping you from doing that, but if someone did that at a work conference, I think you'd be pretty alarmed.
Okay.
It would start raising questions in the area.
Okay. Yeah, just ask him. But we can be like if we wanted to, we could just get on stage, grab him, and leave very quickly.
You could just be like, "Sir, there's been an emergency," you know, something. So like
if we have an emergency happen, realistically, it wouldn't be too far removed for security to grab him and pull him somewhere safe.
All true.
Okay, good to know.
I'll just probably be... I assume that, like, if I lose him in a crowd, I can't lose, like, my team, basically. So I'll be able to recognize one of you, and one of you will be close to the target. At least.
Sure.
So is the target always speaking, or is he up and down?
He's moved away from the podium, and he's letting his team introduce the parts that they worked on. He's just kind of vegging out at the wings of the, you know, he's on stage, but he's on the far right side of the stage.
Is there a scheduled pamphlet that we got handed on the way in?
Yes. It's like three days of incredible fun and excitement.
Is he closing the thing as well?
Yes. Not today. He's closing on the final day.
Right.
But he doesn't speak.
He doesn't
between
speak
now and
again
then.
officially anywhere, but he is listed as the special guest VIP.
So
Just depends how quiet we want this. Like, do you want him to be able to close and then nab him, or
That'll be in 2 more days.
yeah?
I don't think we should wait. I think we should just get it done.
I think we should take the shot now.
You saying you're not throwing away your shot?
Mom spaghetti. Okay, so
Chucking
maybe-
a wobbly or whatever whatever the fuck it was.
I like chat's suggestion that there's a sign that says naturopath certifications available in the gift shop. That's brutal, and I
Nice,
agree.
Miller.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of painted rocks.
So I mean, in
So
terms of
this is OTech, so they're probably all about homeopathy. Oh, it's
Oh,
all
yeah.
about water.
There's a big sign that just says shungite.
I mean, in terms of isolating him, we could always pay like one of the wait staff or whatever to keep making sure they top up his drink and to grab him when he goes to use the bathroom.
yeah,
Yep.
that could work.
We're about to get evil James right here.
This is the Hitman mission.
Yeah, James is like, I lost a man like this once. It's the old ice water bathroom trick.
Yeah.
Industry standard. You hate to see it.
Well,
I'm just-
you keep offering coffee rather than water, but yeah.
I'm just keeping an eye and reading the blurb about Shumium on the back of the pamphlet.
If we
Great
wanted
call-
to,
great
to
call back
force
there,
the issue,
Drummer.
Drummer could have made us some water pills to put in his drink.
Water pills.
Diuretics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, you can make diuretics you can make diuretics from caffeine.
Right.
And caffeine is diuretic, I should say, but I'm sure that if we stuck Drummer in the kitchen here, he could make a diuretic pretty quickly. Or not
I
Drummer, but
will
Coltan.
allow him to make a pharmacy roll if he wants pharmaceuticals at 13.
16.
All right. You
I mean,
have
it's no zoology, but it'll do.
you have what you believe is going to be a pretty effective.
Damn it! I made diuretics for snakes.
Didn't you? You could have added a whole bunch of
going everywhere on the motherfucking plane.
Yeah.
you could have added a whole bunch of side effects of these diuretics to make the roll easier as well, couldn't you?
Oh my god!
I could have made him sterile.
Like an incredibly addictive diuretic. Holy shit!
Yeah. How the diuretic?
I'm
sometimes
addicted to
causes-
pooping.
Diuretic causes death, maybe.
I mean, diuretics do cause death. In all seriousness,
You take one
Yeah, if you take
diuretic,
too many.
and then you get addicted and die. Too much pooping.
Yeah.
Diuretics number 1, not number 2. You can tell
It is in
because
this
urine
case.
in the name.
I mean, depends. Coffee is a diuretic, and it tends to make people poop.
I have 7 rules for streaming, and
And we
number
just
1
broke
is
all of
no
them.
poop
we
or
just
pee.
broke all of them.
Number 1 is no poop or pee.
We've been making chucking a
Number one
wobbly
is no
jokes
number one.
since the
Number two is
beginning.
no
Chucking
number
a
two.
wobbly is not pooping or peeing.
It
Jesus.
is now.
Oh my god. Please never go to Australia. The idea that Drumurboy is going to the airport bathroom. He starts taking his belt off. And he just says to people
Time
on the
to
way,
chuck a wobbly."
hey guys, about to chuck a wobbly.
I mean, in that context, it would probably be construed as something else. But
Have to stop at a gas station. Sorry, you have to use your bathroom. I got to chuck a wobbly in there.
no, it's
Within my
servo station. Jesus
servo, yeah.
Christ.
Within my regular gaming group, when we used to play D&D, I remember once one of the people's characters got killed, and so he's picked up the PHB and he said, "I'm going to go to the toilet and think about generating a new character." So generating a character has become a euphemism for going to the bathroom in my gaming group.
I'm not sure I would ever want to see that PHB again in anything other than that person's hands.
It was their PHB at least.
Okay, that makes sense.
And their character died in character creation.
All right. So
What is this, Traveler?
let's-
Cyberpunk 2020?
Judge Dredd.
So is there a way that we can make sure that a particular diuretically enhanced water would get to this man?
Yeah, I mean, you guys are his security team. If you want to do a quick palm off and be like,
We're
"Sir,
his
here's your
security
water."
team, and I think we also bribed the housekeeping staff here.
Yeah, but it wasn't to do this.
Okay.
You would need to bribe them again, and bribing them in this case to be like, "Hey, let's drug that guy," is gonna be way different than what you asked them for before.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, we don't have to
Just
let
give him
them know
just,
that.
Just give him the water. I mean, we're the ones waiting on him.
Like, guys, if we can just, like, if he's backstage enough for us to give him the water, why don't we just fucking inject him here?
Because I have to get back there.
Yeah,
We have to get Coltan back, and he
was
on
just
stage,
backstage
but,
making a diuretic for us.
What was that
he's gonna
backstage?
put it in a pitcher, and then Pascal's gonna walk out onto the stage and put the pitcher next.
I thought
to
it was
him.
at like a kitchen or someplace where I could like do that.
I don't know that we need to define where it happened at. It's getting too
Anyway, let's just
complicated.
get him to go to the bathroom and
Okay, so he Marco Rubio's the water when it gets to him.
Actually-
He's like,
I'll already be waiting in the bathroom.
Knock 3 times if it's you.
I've already I made the diuretic so I know where they're going. So I'll just be there in advance.
That sounds like my target in the next stall.
Yeah. He's going for way too long. That's my handiwork.
okay, so it is going to take a little while for this guy to go to the bathroom. The rest of you are just doing your jobs and then escorting him when he needs to go.
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
Is it gonna be like the scene from Casino Royale?
No, please no.
Where you're trying to beat up the guy in the bathroom.
The first one's always the hardest.
Can you cock your fists like in Mission Impossible? Yeah.
I was just picturing the scene from the first Austin Powers movie.
Who does number 2 work for?
As all of you are traveling to the bathroom with him, he's like, you guys look new. Listen, have I showed you any... He's like pushing open the bathroom door. Have I showed you any pictures of my daughter before? She's so cute. I love her very much. Okay, and now I would like Coltan to make his, stab this guy and inject him with serum roll.
Assassin's Creed fucking eagle sound effect happens as he jumps from the roof above him.
How big do you
like,
think these
above the
bathroom
door.
stalls are?
That's just the thing. I'm like crawled up and like
No.
did like the Spider-Verse in the
do
corner.
it normally, guys.
Look, if there's any country I can imagine a giant hail bale in the bathroom, it would be the Philippines. So,
Look, Arthur, you could make that sound effect appear from just jumping slightly in that game. So, like,
What's the thing I have to hit? He's not expecting it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's either melee or brawl, and then after that, I'll take a medicine check.
Melee or brawl?
Yeah, because you have to touch him with it. Yeah,
Even if he's not expecting it, I can just
Yes.
like.
you only need to hit a 10.
What's melee or brawl under?
They're both reflex.
All right. I need this to work, so I'm going to dump some luck into it.
How much luck?
2 out of 3.
So tell me about your luck. I didn't have enough to keep going.
11.
Okay, you got it. All right, so yeah, like you appear around the corner and he goes, "Oh, hello," and then you like stick him in the thing. What is his roll to It's like a
The stun save at what did we make it -4?
Okay.
Coltan.
you know, the moment he goes under, he's gonna piss himself, right?
It's a sorry. Did we confirm it is a stun save at -4?
Yeah, it's a difficulty 3 drug.
Well, it's difficulty 3 and then another 1 for the
Okay.
poison in general. So yeah, it's -4.
Okay. Yeah.
Do I have to make the roll?
No. He makes it and he failed.
Okay. So I don't have to do my Medtech thing?
No. He's
Great.
down. Yeah. You inject him and he goes, oh, and he collapses to the floor. It happens incredibly quickly because that's how it works in the movies.
I'm glad he already has a daughter because he won't be able to have kids anymore.
Yep, his phone clambers out of his hands and lands on the bathroom floor. You guys now
As he
have it.
pisses on it.
Sure, he pisses himself.
Puddle time.
That makes you guys feel better. Now you have to carry a dude who's pissed himself.
I don't gotta carry anybody. I did my own job.
Okay, well, what are you all doing now?
So I guess I just shoulder the dude and we just leave, right? Or no, we do the thing. Maybe we do like the 2 people shoulder thing, right? And we just say he's not feeling well. We have.
So
to...
we're talking about how to get him out.
Weekend at
Yeah.
Bernie's.
Yeah. I'll go forward.
Now,
'cause
James, you should note that the chat Cass has insisted that he pissed himself, so his khakis are all covered in urine.
So what I was going to suggest we do is is he anywhere close to a size to Coltan at all?
Yes.
I was going to suggest that we I mean, other than the piss pants, we at least change the top half with Coltan so he's not immediately recognisable by his clothes. I'll beat his unconscious form bloody so he's all swollen, and then we escort him out like he is a undesirable that's tried to get in, and we've now escorted him off the premises after
he
knocking
looks
him unconscious.
like the drug is almost instant and doesn't change his appearance very much. So I could trade shirts or whatever, but
Just don't want anybody thinking we're taking him out. That's all.
right.
I just thought we'd make it look like we're taking somebody else out.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got Coltan is trading shirts with him. You're beating the shit out of him.
Just so he's just a bit swollen. That's all.
Yeah.
But we're supposed to be hiring this guy, right? So
Yes.
we don't want to.
Yeah, I won't leave any permanent damage.
You were supposed to be hiring this guy, and they even told you that if you were like, we're gonna kidnap him for no money.
I mean, I'm not really interested in being paid by Arasaka. I just want to get this shit done.
Okay.
Like that. I'm not doing this to make a sidekick or whatever. You know, like.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll go go ahead of you guys and try to get to, or guide you to an exit.
Sure.
Just slightly out of the way.
Marcus, I'd like you to make a disguise check.
Okay.
Difficulty is 12.
Disguise runs on tech.
Yes.
All right. Can somebody else do that? I'm terrible at tech.
You're the one changing his shirt and beating the shit out of him.
Disguise?
Yeah, it's you. It's you, Bishop.
Does run as on tech.
All right. Well, all right. I'll have to drop my luck into it then.
Good enough.
Hey.
And you needed that luck too.
Yep.
Okay. Every part of this op so far has gone like clockwork. As you guys are dragging out the dude who pissed his pants.
Why would you say that?
I know. Because I'm the gay bastard.
And three van loads
of
of gang members pull up into the parking lot of the convention center.
We'll just jump on them. It's fine. Don't worry about it. They're like Goombas.
Yep.
Like 2 of the guards notice you leaving with a guy, and they're just like, one of the locals tried to sneak in again, huh? Look at this fucking drug addict. Pissed himself. Good work, boys.
Always got to watch the medical conventions. All this brings out all the seekers.
Yeah, the second guy goes, that's how you get paid the big bucks, man. One day we'll be on one of those teams. First guy's like, 5 years, man. 5 years. Gonna get that promotion. Quality of life change.
You don't even know, boys. You don't even know.
You guys leave the front door. You drag this dude, several thousand feet through the town until you reach the edge of somebody's backyard where, several guys show up with machetes and AKs, and like gesture towards their camouflage jungle ATVs.
Oh yeah.
This is who we're supposed to meet, yeah?
Well, you better hope so, I guess.
These are
If not, you're in a lot of trouble.
these are the refugees that we told to meet us here and then get back.
They're not refugees. They're Muslim communist rebels, but yeah.
Rebels.
Separatists.
Separatists.
Yeah.
They're trying to free the country from El Presidente Tony. Several hours later, you are at the camp, and there is a Hind D fueled up and ready to go, waiting for you to get in the back of it.
I forget how long this thing, like, three difficulty is like a number of hours, I think.
Oh, no, you'll have to roll for
You
it.
have to roll for the
Right.
It's 1D.
It'll be 1d10 plus a certain number of hours.
Add a custom drug tab somewhere here. I don't know.
Yep, it's 1d10 plus 1 hour, so I just need you to make that roll and hit 3 or high, well, 3 total or higher. Multiply the total difficulty. Hour. Okay, yeah, he'll be out
5.
until you're already on the helicopter.
Great. I do have like additional doses on me because I
Okay.
carry more.
You'll
than-
have to
like,
load a new one into your finger, but yeah, you can do that in seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Amigo's ready to go when you arrive, and he asks no questions as to why you have a dude who pissed his pants that's getting kind of cold and clammy thrown into the back of the helicopter.
All right.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, my goal would be to basically keep this dude subdued until we hand him off to Arasaka. I don't want to talk to him at all. Or...
You gonna re-drug him?
Sure. Yeah, it'd just be the easiest way of doing it. Yeah, I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to explain shit to him. I'm not, like, the next time he wakes up and recovers his, mental faculties, he's going to be basically like signing a contract with Arasaka or something like that.
I'm gonna ask you to.
At his new desk.
Like we're going straight from here to the airport or wherever we.
You're going
agreed
from
to.
here straight back to the hotel, and where you go from the hotel is a discussion with Schmid. I am going to ask you, Drummer, to mark off 3 total uses of this drug to represent keeping him sedated the whole time.
Sure.
Successively.
Means, like, I think I said before, like I usually carry 5 with me in my
You got 2 left.
fanny pack.
Yep.
2 left, 1 on my finger and 1 in my fanny pack.
All right. Yeah, you land. You on top of the hotel. You hand this guy off to Schmid, who has guys in an Arasaka car pick him out of the front of the hotel, and Arnoff is like, well, friends, excellent job. And we didn't need to get catsup everywhere, so let's go to your suite and we'll discuss payment and future work.
I thought this was a one-time deal to get someone cleared off the board.
Let's go to the suite, yes?
All right, let's go to the suite.
He hands you a Toblerone, Coltan.
I'll like snap off a piece and like hand it to people.
I'm not taking chocolate from Arasaka. Are you kidding me?
That's,
Come on,
that's,
man.
Yeah, no.
it's my favorite chocolate. Right?
Not Tim Tams, the chocolate of love.
Tim Tam
You've never seen a chocolate ad until you've seen the never-ending tin of fucking Tim Tam. So
Okay. So, yeah, Arnoff is just like, well, listen, Penelope is very excited by what you have done here today. And she wants to make sure that you and your team remain active. Wolfgang?
that wasn't part of the deal.
It wasn't part of the deal. This is what we call the negotiation phase.
Pray
We
and
do a
don't
lot of
alter
that
it
where I
further.
come from. Negotiation.
Are you trying to finger me and my team? Are you holding something above us?
No. This is a
Then
friendly
we've got nothing-
conversation.
Then we've got nothing really to discuss here.
Ah. Okay. I mean, he pulls out a briefcase and puts it on the counter. Inside is 200,000 euro bucks. All of this is yours. You're free to leave at any time. With the money.
Cool. Thanks for the chocolate.
Just think about the possibilities of working for Arasaka. It's better than working for a second rate like Dante Fierro. Don't make me laugh. If you want real security and real jobs, you do it with Arasaka. We're the best, and there's a reason for it.
So I'll grab the briefcase and then I'll just I'll literally turn my back to him and be like, okay, let's pack up our stuff and go.
Okay. He leaves your room. He smugs his way out of there, though, like he knows you'll come back one day.
So
Coltan palms the guy's business card into his pocket.
There it is. There it
Pascal.
is.
Pascal definitely, yeah. You know, he's looking for a new contact inside Arasaka. Now that his
5
boy
years from
is
now,
dead.
just get like,
Wolfgang,
yes.
do you mind if I just check that briefcase for bugs, trackers, anything else like that?
Of course. Go ahead.
Yeah. Not that I have any real experience in such a thing, but I'll just,
Do you have the equipment to do that?
You know what? What I'll probably do is I'll just probably take all the money out of the briefcase and move it to a different bag.
A bug detector in my cyberware.
All right. Go ahead and run it. I believe it has a % chance of working.
Now I've got to remember how to. I think it gives me a bonus on electronic security. That sounds like something it would do.
Let's see here.
Electronic security is
So
like...
sorry, which one is it? Is it the security scanner?
No, it's the bug detector cyber audio. This mini receiver is designed to pick up all kinds of bugs. Gives me a 6 out of 10 chance, roll 1d10 and choose my 6 numbers of detecting any bugs within 10 feet of me.
Okay.
So
What are your 6 numbers?
I'm just going to take
4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42.
I'm just going to take 1 through 6.
Okay.
Hit it.
What's the range on the bugs?
10 feet.
Okay. There are no bugs within 10 feet of you.
Okay.
The briefcase is exactly 10.1 feet outside of your range. So.
No, I would have done it while handling the briefcase.
Bishop, as you're pushing the euros into another bag, they are non-sequential from different years and all used.
All right. Well laundered.
Yeah, there's a laundromat that's missing. Oh, that's not how money laundering works, friends at home.
So there was a question of how we get back into the Americas, right? So,
Yes, there is, because you can't go through airport security here with all of your weapons.
That's why
and
we
money.
only drop pieces.
are we not carrying our weapons back?
I thought that was the plan, was that we brought all disposable shit and we were just
Yeah, that's the
leaving it
idea.
here.
Yeah. Just put it all in the hotel bin as we check out.
It's crazy. Remember a time where this game was set in the future and now it's set in our distant past?
Yeah.
It's April 20th, 2021 now.
So basically at this point, I think we would just try and fly back normally, right? By commercial, yeah?
Okay. Are you leaving all of your found guns here and just flying back clean?
Yeah.
I guess so.
I
yeah.
am.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is there any issue with transferring that much hard currency?
In a briefcase or in a bag? No.
Okay. No worries.
How are we splitting it?
Well, ways it's 200,000, so there's 4 of us. Easy,
So just
50K
40 grand
yeah.
each.
50.
50 grand each.
You're like the thief in the group, Glimo. It's like, oh, we got 10 gold split 5 ways. That's a gold each.
I am the fixer. I'm used to taking my 30%.
One for me. One for you.
Okay, so as you're on the plane, all of you are getting messages from the corporate offices of Dante Fierro. Marcus, when you get back home, there is an intel dump waiting for you on your secure machine about Scarlet Vermilion and Norway Pepperoni current whereabouts.
Oh my god, I forgot about this fucking thing.
Pascal, there is an update for you asking you to come in to provide a reference interview for a new employee.
At Dante's?
At Dante's, yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be that dang girl from the restaurant.
She already works for him, so I don't know why she'd need to re-interview.
She got
Coltan,
fired and she has to reapply for a job.
that would be really Dante. All of you are fired. Tell me why I should rehire you.
At
Interviews start
10%
now.
less cost.
Anyone who doesn't get rehired is killed by being thrown off the roof.
Wow, yeah, that sucks.
Pascal, you also have a message from another fixer by the name of Grinder asking for you to get in contact with a member of your team by the name of Bishop. He's got a job for Bishop specifically. He's been trying to get in contact with him for over a week. Coltan, you have no update on the Red Lotus or Arkady Kobache or that guy that you sent to go kill the Red Lotus and Arkady.
No, I sent Arkady to go kill.
Yeah, they're trying to kill each other right now.
Yeah.
They haven't. You have no intel that either of them have succeeded in any way, shape, or form.
Okay. As long as they're keeping each other busy, that's fine.
You have several messages, Wolfgang, from your husband that are like, "Oh, how was your trip? It's it's been so long since I've heard from you. You haven't been updating me. I'm getting a little worried." Then there's a message that's like, "Today there was a dog outside, and the friendly house robot engaged in something that I wasn't really sure what was happening. I'm a little concerned about it. Call me as soon as you get this message."
Alright. So I'll call him, tell him
A
that,
cell phone call on an airplane? What is this? The actual 2020s?
No, it'd be
the
one of
ghost
those big phones that has like the big cables coming out of it.
No, you could, if you wanted to, you could even plug into the internet. Not the, what is it called in this game? Not the internet, the
Matrix.
The Matrix. Yeah, you could plug into the Matrix using the phone's IG transformation algorithm. Yeah, so anyway, you call your husband and he's just like, "Oh my gosh, it's been so long since I've heard from you, Wolfgang. Where have you been?"
Wait, hang on. I can't remember. Have I told him about the Arasaka?
Nope.
My employment at Arasaka?
No,
Okay.
and you
Well,
also
yeah.
haven't told him that the security robot is a security robot.
You told him, like, you talked to him.
You just told him that you had to do a job in the Philippines.
Yep.
Yeah.
You also talked to him through the robot because there was someone at the door.
That was days ago, though.
Yeah. Well, days ago, like, whatever.
Yeah. So basically, I'll say my job took me off the reservation for a couple of days. I apologize.
But you didn't do that kind of stuff anymore. What is this? Were you working for Arasaka again? There's an
No.
accusatory tone there.
Absolutely not. I'd never do anything like that.
Okay. I would like you to make a fast talk and persuasion. I'm pretty sure you'll succeed, but on the chance to get a natural one, it's going to be a very disappointed Gus. Okay, no. That's his name,
Got a
right?
9 on that. Yeah.
A grumpy
Gus,
kiss,
yeah.
you could say.
All right,
Yeah.
he goes, "Okay, all right. I trust you. There's no way you'd be working for them again after what they've done to us."
Yeah, so I'll basically like tell him about like, the stuff I did, like how I was helping out a friend at a pharmaceutical convention and all that sort of stuff, and basically just run through the gambit of like, basically, "Oh, what did you do on holidays? Tell me about it," sort of, conversations and stuff like that. It's actually, and most of it is like kind of like nice to get back to the routine for him. And you know, basically when he hangs up, I'm gonna start making
Oh no, this conversation isn't over yet. He wants to know what's up with the whirring, buzzing noises coming from the new house robot. Occasionally, it acts kind of unusual. It produces two red eye-like objects and hovers around looking for things and scanning. Remember that this is an experimental murder bot.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember where I got it from. Where did I get it from?
Dante.
Okay.
You had to fill out paperwork that was like waivers and that agreeing that you would fill out test information and quality control.
Yeah. It's a new feature for the bot. They're basically making sure that that pathogens are not in the house and stuff like that.
Oh, that makes sense. I've been hearing a lot about the coronavirus. They said it was going to be a big problem, but of course everybody just wore masks and it was over in just a few weeks. You probably didn't even hear about it in the Philippines.
Oh, wow. That makes a lot of sense.
Huge outbreak in Los Santos, but it was controlled almost immediately.
Cybernetic masks. Oh my god.
Listen, you may think you know what I'm talking about, but I'm actually making a reference to GTA 5 RP, the no pixel server. They created the coronavirus, and then one guy was like, "Oh, I've got the virus. I'm going to intentionally spread it to everyone on the server." Started calling all of his friends.
Wow.
Oh, good times. GTA 5 RP. It's pretty funny. Okay.
I'm surprised that's still a thing, by the way. Like
GTA 5? Yeah, me too. It's been on like 8 different systems in a decade. Old as shit.
It's like the Skyrim of GTA. Can you play Skyrim in GTA though?
Wow. Deep questions. Anything else you want to do on this call with Gus?
So the biggest problem that it's been a while since I've really played this game, but he's a hostage of Arasaka, yeah?
Correct.
So I can't just like, okay, all right.
He has a day job
reminding
with
of it.
Arasaka where he goes in and does stuff, but mostly they track his every movement in order to keep both of you under control.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, great. That's all I need remembering of. So.
Okay. All right. You're in that conversation. When you touch down, as soon as you come out of Passport, Coltan, you have a message waiting for you from Dante asking you to see him in his office immediately. Sorry. At your earliest convenience, Doctor.
Cool.
What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna go replace
Marcus,
my...
you've got like 15 messages from a guy named Grinder. They're all just say, call me.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm
you
gonna
up?
replace. Yeah, I'm gonna replace my Medtech Ronin light assault rifle that I left in Thingy-Mabob.
Okay.
I need the smart gun variant of this, so it's
You're
like
going to need
double
your
the
fixer
cost.
to get you that, because that's like military level gear.
Smart gun stuff.
A smart gun of an assault rifle? Yeah. That's like, you can't buy that off
Is
the
it?
street, I think. Right?
No, I'm pretty sure you can. Like, I'm pretty sure that's like the most standard upgrade that you can get for stuff. I could be wrong there though, but
I thought that rifles were like restricted. I mean, I know for sure that owning an automatic rifle is illegal. It's 5 years in prison. Yeah, for sure, automatic weapons are definitely super duper illegal. You'll need your fixer to get you access. I mean, I'm not even gonna make him roll because this is super easy. But
what is it? C. So what is C? C is
common. Sports and gun
common.
shops.
Yeah, sports
Really?
and gun shops. Mm-hmm.
that's crazy compared to the article that says automatic weapons are 5 years in federal prison. All right. You just walk into a gun store and you buy it. In and out.
All right, so it's 450 times 2, I guess, because it's Because man, it really is no problem anymore, huh? Maybe I should upgrade. You know, I might upgrade. I might upgrade this. What's a good assault rifle? Oh man, are we using the
Morgan Blackhands? Yes, but
Morgan Blackhands?
only
Okay.
Pascal can access that, and he needs to make a
That's
roll.
okay. That's okay. I'll look
You can make
into
a
that,
list
man.
for him.
The Militech Cyborg rifle. That's what I
No.
No, I bought one. That's what.
Yeah, we went and picked it up
I
at
know.
Militech along with my Arms Avenger.
Yep.
I mean, not my
I don't need
Magnum.
more of them, though. That's the thing. I'm gonna have to get dudes that have Russian cyberware and chainsaw arms to fight you.
That's it. You know, I've got an assault rifle that fires 300 Magnum rounds.
Listen, I've been playing the Hunter Call of the Wild, and I've uninstalled it because I am truly terrible at it. On the other hand, I am truly terrible at shooting guns in that game. It's authentic to my real life skill.
I watched you play that. I watched your first stream, and you killed the first animal you saw.
That's true. And then I failed to kill a lot more animals. It's been 20 hours, and I've still failed to kill about 90% of what I see. But boy, it felt great to see that first animal and be like, oh boy, snapshot. Hit him right in the lung. Boom, done. Okay, who's next in things that they want to do while Wolfgang goes into a corner and writes down gun names?
Did you want to break now?
I was gonna say, how about break?
Damn it. Okay, fine, we'll take a break, you people. This is the problem with not having a live stream for like 2.5 weeks. I don't remember how to run a show anymore. My flow's been interrupted. My hustle and my flow. We'll be back in about 8 minutes for the second half, probably.